Okay, so not to waste anyone's time here, yes, this is from Madly Mesozoics here. And so actually looking into the Warhammer stuff a lot more now, I actually do have to take back something that I said here. This is actually much closer than people actually think here. And I understand, it's Deviljho, the crash out of the Monster Hunter world here. And again, yes, this is the Carnosaur, the goat of the Lustria planet, okay? The basic war beast. And yes, I do have a video that is only around 80% complete that will be made, okay? It'll be out very soon here. But first, I got to get through the evolved monsters. But without further ado, I'm here to tell you guys that this matchup is closer than y'all think. Let's begin here. Starting off with Deviljho. Easily the crash out and one of the strongest monsters in Monster Hunter, okay? The king of the brute wyverns, all right? And so let's actually clear up a misconception, right? Glavenus would not be able to do this to Deviljho here. They will say, oh, well, the World Art Book said, I understand that. But the World Art Book can leave out some context at times here. This, however, would be more accurate for a Hellblade Glavenus to do this here. And again, this would make a lot more sense than a basic Glavenus here. Because how is Deviljho going to ragdoll a Rathalos, which gives Glavenus a decent fight, mind you, and then it's going to get decapitated by a Glavenus? Okay? Glavenus wouldn't even do this to a Rust Duramboros. And a Rust Duramboros actually makes Deviljho pause for a minute. Okay? Glavenus would actually be around the more island level margins, and this is because a lot of monsters scale to Ignactor, which are actually able to casually tank and even nest in active volcanoes, and even be fine or just literally unfazed by their eruptions here. Keep in mind, that is island level at max here, because again, Monster Hunter is a much more upscaled version of our world times 100. Okay, but again, realistically, yeah, we would have to go with the higher ends for volcanoes and stuff here, and so Deviljho would casually be ragdolling those tiers here. You see, where Deviljho ranks here, and I'm talking about base Deviljho, I'm not sure if he's going to use Savage, but we'll actually just, throw some Savage in here just to kind of, go with it here. And so the sheer fact that Deviljho would actually scale to, I would probably say, the mid-tier ranges of Elder Dragons, not the higher tiers here. So beings like Primordial Malzeno, Nergigante. Yeah, that's what I meant to say. Nergigante would all be able to beat down and even eat a Deviljho here. And again, I will be remaking my Nergigante, Tetsukabra, and Shrieking Legiana ecology videos, alright? So Deviljho would scale to those multi-continental to even large planetary margins. The reason why is because one of the few feats that Orish Kirin, a being that Rajang casually hunts and bullies, mind you, is able to freeze all the moisture within the area. So again, that is a multi-continental fleet because it is freezing things on a more atomic or molecular level here. And so Rajang actually goes out of its way to eat these guys. Now, Orish Kirin may actually be the least one on its menu because, again, it's more ice-based than electrical-based here. But at the end of the day here, yeah, I do see that happening. It should also scale to the likes of Lao Shay Lung, or at least a decent portion of Lao Shay Lung, considering the sheer fact that its shell is as strong, or at least the scales of it are as strong as a flying wyvern shell here. This would even include Elder Dragon level flying wyverns here, like Gold Rathian, Silver Rathalos, Flaming, or even basic Espinas, which are, again, all Elder Dragon member or Elder Dragon levels of their species, with Espinas obviously being, Elder Dragon level. This thing fought Kushal Dayor for 3 days straight originally, and now it's just second fiddle to it, And so with that being said here, Deviljho being able to rival beings like Guys Magorm and etc., the sheer fact that he has like dragon element here, and this is actually pretty important here because again, dragon element is able to seal away an opponent's power, drive them insane, and weaken them at the same time. It's absolutely ridiculous how Deviljho has this ability. However, the only side effect of having this ability is that its metabolism works way too good for its own, well, way too good for its own good, in that it is in a constant state of hunger. Keep in mind, Deviljho also has acidic saliva and bone-crushing jaws. But now let's move on to his opponent, the Carnosaur, the goat of Lustria, Krokgar's first mount. And fun fact, I actually found out that one of the Carnosaurs is named Grimlock. I know, crazy, ain't it? Now, Carnosaurs will scale above the following: Razordons, salamanders, and we're talking about the fire-breathing ones, not the marines, okay? Not the marines, all right? We're talking about the fire-breathing salamanders here. And keep in mind, it will also scale above stegodons. And depending on how this looks, thunder lizards. Now, I heard thunder lizards are sauropods, but then I also seen they were ankylosaurs. Please let me know down below, okay? And so, they also scale above the likes of the stegodons, okay? The only creature they do not scale above on their planet is the dread saurian, okay? That is their apex of the apexes. So, they are number 2 on the list here. And I had the luxury to find out they outcompeted the dragons for food. Crazy. So, with that being said here, let's talk about this. Every single one of the creatures I just named is able to take out multiple bloodthirsters. Bloodthirsters are from corn, excuse me. And so the bloodthirsters themselves here have basically 2 ways of scaling. Planetary, or they have universal level scaling. And again, still looking into that. Now, you see, the planetary scaling comes from the sheer fact that they are able to rival the Incarnate, which was able to blow up a large moon pretty easily, which again would actually get into those planetary margins here. Keep in mind, Carnosaurs are able to tear apart multiple of these guys by themselves, and they actually get into a blood frenzy when they do this here. And keep in mind, they are known to be the most feared creature on their world, minus the dread saurian. Again, the dread saurian is just simply goated. I don't know why, but again, they are goated here. So with that being said here, the final scale, I can easily get it to large planetary. But again, with those highest ends, it's got universal. But again, I'm still looking into that because I don't know if it's a hex difference for the bloodthirsters. So with that being said here, we're only going to keep it at the large planetary scaling for this video. And I think it is safe to say that yes, this is pretty close. They match each other in the same tier. If I have to give some advantages, I would say Deviljho is the stronger of the two, while the Carnosaur is the faster of the two. In terms of intelligence, definitely got to give it to the Carnosaur as well here. In terms of, hacks and abilities, yeah, that goes to Joe here. Now, who do I think is actually going to win at the end of the day? Here's my thing, right? I think this actually goes in one or two ways here. If Deviljho is using his dragon energy and he uses that off the bat, he's got it. Because the Carnosaur is going to get weaker and weaker throughout the fight here. However, again, Deviljho does not use it off rip. Because again, keeping these monsters in character and stuff here, the Carnosaur is likely going to outpace Deviljho and can likely even dodge some of the Dragon Breath attacks here, unless Deviljho does that ground AoE where the Carnosaur has no other choice but to kind of leap right at it. And again, if this was like Grimlock, who's like way bigger and like multiple times stronger than his regular species, I think that Deviljho would likely get done in. Like, I think Grimlock would likely be able to muscle him and then just claim the kill, in all honesty, in a high difficulty type of scenario. And even this right here is a high difficulty type of scenario here. However, I do think Deviljho wins it because of that dragon element. However, I think if the Carnosaur gets in close and starts outmaneuvering Deviljho, then yeah, he's got it. Plus, Deviljho's tail does help it keep most of its body covered and pretty much most of its flank covered as well here. However, if the Carnosaur really starts like getting into a blood frenzy here, I think Deviljho might be in for it though. But at the end of the day, this fight's pretty close. Please comment down below, like and subscribe and share with your friends. This is Legendary Grimlock, and I hope you guys have a blessed day.